And we've practiced this Tai Chi twist in many variations. And so by how we're doing this, fast or slow, energetically or quietly, we can affect, our awareness, our body awareness. What's also true is that if we just spontaneously begin this movement or any movement, we'll notice how the body wants to do it. So it can come either way. It can come from intentionality, where we say, okay, now I'm going to do this. I need some energy. I want to generate some energy. And so we can come from that direction, or we can just start the movement and see what the body does, what it wants to do. And this is just a way of checking in with how our body's feeling right now, because of course it changes all the time. We can't just assume we're going to, every time we practice, we're going to do exactly the same thing or in exactly the same way, because it's not going to be appropriate. So you can just notice as we go into these different steps, different movements, and so on that we're going to do. Check in first at the very beginning and just see how your body wants to do this. Does it want to do it slowly, meditatively, with a lot of stillness? Does it want to do it energetically? So you can look at the image on the screen to get what the movement is, but it's not about imitating the teacher necessarily. It's about doing it, tuning into your own energy awareness right at this time. And then with most of these movements, then we won't just stop and do the next one. We'll reduce the movement until we just come into this place of stillness. So with the beginning, with the rooting, we're going to be focusing on the out breath, which you could also call the down breath, because the movement is from the top down, sort of relaxing down. In breath lifts us up, sort of straightens the spine a little. Out breath relaxes from the top down. And we've talked about the eyes. So we want the eyes to be partly open, at least, or fully open. At the same time, we can use the eyes if they're partly open, or if they're closed. In some situations, they might be closed. We can use the eyes to direct our attention internally. So with the in-breath, the eyes move up the body internally. With the out-breath, they move down. And then by sort of looking at the breath, this helps us to focus our attention on it. The mind will not wander as much. And then in place of, or in addition to the movement of the eyes can simply be neutral. And we can use our inner eye, we can use our visualization to pretend that we're looking inside the body, moving up and down. It has exactly the same effect. Okay, and then as we go down, we reach the bottom of the out breath. Then we'll extend down. We'll use our mind to extend the going down right into the earth. in-breath goes up, out-breath goes down the body, and then beyond the body down into the earth. So imagining roots, and more importantly, feeling the root. So what would it feel like to have roots, extension of this body, down into the earth? What would that feel like? What would it feel like to be a tree, I guess? We're extending our sensory perception beyond the body. Okay, and so that accomplishes the rooted quality. Okay, very good. Okay, let's go ahead now and just loosen up the head and neck a little bit. And notice anytime your body takes a deep breath. That means that you're releasing some tension. And then as you feel ready, you go ahead and bring in the shoulders. Okay, very good. We're not going to do the whole series of warm-ups. Maybe just move the hips a little, sort of loosen the hips a little bit, because I want to have time to get through these series that we're doing. So the first of the 7 steps in Return to Mountain is Trembling Mountain. And most of you know this. And just see how your body wants to do this. We want to also maintain awareness of breathing. There's this overwhelming feeling of the body bouncing. And in addition, there's the sense of the feeling of the breath. And again, at the end of the out breath, we can extend down into and feel these roots into the earth while we're doing this practice. We can also use the eyes, just like we did in standing, actually moving the eyes or imagining moving the eyes internally in the torso with the breath. So up the spine with the in-breath, and then down the inside front of the body with the out-breath. Our focus is on the out-breath. This is a practice of releasing, letting go, relaxing, opening the joints, releasing tension. If you like visualization, if you tend to be a visual person, imaginative person, you can imagine something like maybe there's a coating, a hard coating covering the body, very thin, and it's kind of cracking, and pieces are falling off, falling, falling all around, and uh, skin cells flaking off, whatever. You can enhance the practice with that if you want to. So there are all these ways to do this simple trembling mountain practice. Of course, the simplest way is just to do it. And feel it. And also feel the breath. Okay. Now we want to keep our feet planted for this. It's fine to turn the waist, if you like. And now we're going to inject some intentionality here. And let's go ahead and increase the intensity of this movement. And let it increase more on its own, if it will. Okay, let's increase it a little bit more, whatever that means for you. And let's go another 10 seconds or so. Give this all your energy here. Okay, so let's all together, let's stop on the count of 3. So 1, 2, 3. Focus on the out breath. Let the shoulders drop. Let the belly be very soft. Check in with the roots. Okay, and let's establish this vertical column or laser beam, this vertical alignment from the center of the earth straight up through the body, entering the perineum, through the torso, out the top of the head, up into the universe. And the first part of these practices, we're focusing downward. So now let's go into standing mountain. And the only difference is we're going to stiffen the arms just a little. Stiffen the hands and fingers just a tiny bit. And as we breathe down, we're moving the attention down the whole body, down the arms, out the fingers, down into the earth. And now some teachings will advise to stand as if your feet and part of your legs are down, actually down in the earth, as if you're standing maybe in deep sand or something. You're actually rooted. And the name of this is Breathing Earth Qigong, because the body is none other than the earth. It's not separate. So we're very aware here of the heaviness of the body. the lightness of the breath, the heaviness of the body. It's a standing mountain. And now, if you want, then just slowly relax the pose and just let it naturally evolve into the standing one position where the palms are facing each other a little bit and the arms are no longer stiff. The elbows are soft. And can you notice a difference between this and standing mountain? Okay, very good. The next one, we'll do a tree in autumn. So dipping the knees, in breath, raise the hands over the head, palms are facing down, out breath, breathe normally, and the palms are facing down and we're moving. The awareness follows the hands, the level of the hands. The awareness is in the body. And then at the bottom, we're going to point down. We're extending now, so it goes down the legs and out the feet. And then we're going to continue going down, sink, turn the palms forward, and then in breath, repeat. Eyes follow the hands. And then out breath. And we'll do this a few more times and just feel into like how does your body want to do this? You can do it faster if you want to. So we do it in breath up, out breath down. You can do it fast, or you can do it slowly. Everything's the same. The eye movements are the same, hand movements, everything's the same. It's just the speed and then the depth. You can sink way down and move way up, or do it more subtly. So just feel how this movement. What's the best way for you to do it right now? A tree in autumn. So we're bringing down the sap from the twigs and branches, bringing that down into the central core and down into the roots. Yeah, Let's just do a couple more. Okay, next one is called Honey from Heaven. We're going to begin the same way, but at the top, the hands are going to come together. You can either press them together or have them just slightly apart. Okay? So we'll sink down, arms come out, and then we're going to hold this posture for a moment. This is connecting through the crown of the head. And this is embracing this column of light. And the fingers are a little stiff. It's like they're pointing upward. So they're drawing our attention up the arms, out the fingers, and beyond the body up into the cosmos. So we send our attention out and connect up with a cosmic light. It can be the sun or the moon, it can be stars, it can be anything and whatever. And now we're going to bring this down very slowly. So the hands are going to come down close together, and then when they get near the head, they're going to part. And go down the sides of the body, and then dipping the knees, and then repeat. So it's like a tree in autumn, but instead of storing down, we're focusing way up, and we're directing the light of the cosmos down into the top of the head and all the way down the center of the body, out the perineum and the feet, down into the earth. Okay. Now the traditional visualization is that we're bringing down the honey, what they call the honey of heaven. And so we're bringing down this sweet, warm, soft, I kind of think of it as this, like a pine tree, small pine tree, like a Christmas tree. We're bringing it down and covering the whole body. But first, we're sending our attention way up and getting a grip on this central axis, and then we're bringing down this warm, sort of healing, what they would call an elixir from the upper dantian. Okay. So let's just do two more. This is filling the whole body. And so then we return to standing for a moment, but now we've actually connected from the center of the earth, the roots coming out of the body, the body, the central axis up. We've connected all the way up into the cosmos. And we brought that, the light, we brought that honey down into the body. So we just want to sort of savor this for a few breaths. Okay, very good. So, and now continuing the upward movement of this series. So going to cloud hands, the palms are facing down and up. connection palm to palm, back of the hand. And we're going to go in the direction of the upper hand and then switch, turn. So this is wave hands through clouds externally. This is a very light and fluid movement. See how your body wants to do it. So this is, we're moving through the clouds. It's very soft. Turn the body. And we're describing this area in front of the body and to the left and the right, and by extension all the way around the body. And we're describing a field of light, or clouds, you could say, fog, clouds, all around the body. Okay, and these Qigong practices with clouds and fog, it's a transition from the world of form. We're no longer focusing on forms, but we're not in a state of emptiness or boundlessness. This is an in-between state that's very gentle, very soft, very safe. Okay, and now when you're ready, go ahead and flip the hands so that the palms are facing each other. So now we're bringing this cloudness, this fog, we're bringing this sort of gentle, diffuse light awareness into the body. The cloud hands, this is internal. There's a circular connection with the hands and the torso. Moving with the breath. And the clouds or the fog, there's a sense of, there's a water quality to it, and there's just, it calls to your attention, the water in the body, the water in the cells. So the body is part of this cloudness, this sort of vapor. Okay, very nice, very good. You may feel something in your hands. Okay, let's reduce the movement. And we're going to end up in the cloud hand position opposite the middle dantian. Now just notice, what do you sense? You sense a connection with the palms. You sense a connection between the hands and the chest and belly. Notice the body moving with the breath. Remember the roots, the connection down. And we remember the vertical connection up. And the down and the up then meet here. So we'll just move the hands now into embracing the heart. Okay, next one is rainbow clouds. So starting with your dominant hand, dip the knees, we're going to turn the body a little and send this hand out. Now you can close your eyes on this move if you want to. We're reaching out beyond the edge of the universe to the rainbow clouds. We're gathering the rainbow light and bringing it into the heart and filling the body. Okay? And then switch hands, turn a little bit. So imagine that arm is infinitely long, beyond the edge of the universe, bringing back the rainbow clouds beyond with the breath. And hold for a moment, fill the body. What would it feel like to fill the body with this rainbow light? This isn't just a movement of the arm and hand. This is the whole body is reaching out. And let's do one more on each side. Okay, and then let's return to standing, embracing the heart, and just enjoy this sense. What would it feel like to have the body filled with rainbow light? Okay, very good. Now let's notice the movement of the chest with the breath. Let the hands come away a little bit with the in-breath. Come back a little with the out-breath. And when you're ready, bring the hands down to the lower dantian. We're practicing breathing crane. Now we're going to move the arms and hands a little more. And you can dip the knees. This is moving with the breath. The eyes here can mostly close with the out breath and then wide open with the in breath. So this rainbow light is pulsating inside and right through the body. Okay, let's keep expanding breathing crane and then move into flying crane. Now this is expressing the rainbow light even farther, radiating out even farther. And the crane is flying with the breath. You can do this very slowly if you like, or more quickly. You can do the internal crane if you want to, and then the external. Okay, so make your movement big. Okay, and slowly let's reduce the movements. And then return to standing. And just notice the sensations in the body. Notice the breath. Okay, very, very good. Okay, let's go ahead now and bring up our stool. And go into our sitting practice. And just move the body as you like, just to sort of settle in. Drop the chin a little bit. Poke out the belly just a tiny bit. Pull the shoulders back just a little bit. Okay, so the heart meditation has just a few steps. And we were taught to begin with what is called the Zong Tian movement. So in breath, bring the hands up, place them together, and notice that little space between the thumbs. There's a little space there. Maybe you held a blade of grass there when you were a kid and blew on it. A little space between the thumbs. We're going to bring that and we're going to blow our breath into it. So in breath and blow. And then return. Okay, now next we go to the breathing, the begging dog movement. So this is in breath, the begging dog. Okay. So we're gonna go from sitting into the begging dog. So begging dog, in breath, and then palms facing. Send the palms up, 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 up. Stretch. This is just like honey from heaven, same pose. And bringing into clarity this vertical column, center of the earth, way up. Okay, and then with the next out breath, we're just going to open the hands, open, 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 open. So if we were Avalokiteshvara, we'd have 10,000 hands and arms. We just have two. So we're just imagining this is like a sunflower. And we're looking up a little bit, so the center of the forehead is facing up a little more. The palms of the hands are facing up. We're creating this, what teacher Lee said in his broken English, satellite dish. Satellite dish. You can think of it as a very large flower opening to the sun. And then as we breathe in, we're breathing in the light of the heavens. That can be the sun or the moon or the stars. We're breathing that in through the palms of the hands and through the middle of the forehead down into the heart. And with the out breath, it expands from the heart and fills the chest. This is a gesture of openness and acceptance and receiving this light. Okay, so just take one more breath. And we're going to lower the hands a little bit and come back up and down and rest. Okay, the next movement, with the in-breath, will come into the begging dog. Hold. We're going to put the palms near each other again. With an out-breath, send them up, 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 up. And we're going to hold this posture. And Teacher Lee calls this posture universal truth. And this is intensifying our awareness of this vertical column and directing it upward into the boundlessness, away from heaviness and form, and up into awareness and boundlessness, light. So it goes from the world of form through the world of fog and clouds, and then up into light or darkness, up into sort of emptiness. This is universal truth. So now exhale some. We're going to bring the hands down to the heart area, still in prayer position. And the teaching on this is that we've now created an environment where we can send out a, a, a wish for someone. We can send out a question into the universe or a prayer. That's what this position is for. In Buddhism, this would be metta. This would be kindness, loving kindness. Or there can just be empty mind. Let's take a couple more breaths. and then rest. And we'll meditate for a few more minutes. The practice would be to bring to mind and to body any of the practices we've done and replay them in harmony with the breath. Yeah, let's just take a couple more breaths. I realized I forgot to name those elements of the heart meditation. So there's the Lan Fa movement, and then the name of this one is Love Descends on Me, and the name of this one is Universal Truth, and the name of this one is Unraveling the Heart. Okay, so just go ahead and move your fingers a little bit, move your toes a little bit. Do whatever little movements you need to do. Okay, very good. So now let's do our closing together. We'll start clap by one clap of the hands. Okay, ready? So 1, 2, 3. Make heat. Cover or massage the eye sockets, but not the eyeballs. And comb back the hair. And massage the temples a little, the jawbone. And wipe down the face. And make soft fists. Tap the kidneys. And massage the kidneys. Okay, very good. Thank you for your practice. And now if you would like to slip away, please do that. And if you'd like to stay for questions and comments, we can arrange that.
Thank you, Stephen. Good night.